Welcome to the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Monday Night Raw is over with. And, well, poor LA Knight. Poor LA Knight. Happy birthday. Poor LA Knight. Let's start from what we just saw. LA Knight came out earlier in the night. There was a matchup that was already scheduled to go on. It was supposed to be Rey Mysterio versus Finn Balor, and that match ended up getting changed due to Logan Paul's incessant need to prove himself to the Vision, but also prove how dangerous he actually is. With all that being said, he did prove something. Danger isn't really one of them, but Paul Heyman did give him his blessing to do whatever he felt the need to do to prove himself not only to the Vision and Paul, but also to solidify himself as someone who is not to be messed with. And he didn't like the fact that he got slapped by Rey Mysterio. He took that as a sign of disrespect. With all that being said, this led to the attack, to which LA Knight decided to come down there to the rescue. Now, he demanded a match between himself and Logan Paul, to which he ended up getting. And at this, what we saw ending the show, the closeout of the show. Very odd way to close out the show, but a good closer nonetheless. I won't shit on it too much because it was a good showing. Now, what they did was fairly simple. What they did was they had the guys go out there and have their match for 15 minutes, and then the last 15 minutes was Paul Heyman talking, and then the attack on LA Knight went further, and then Braun Breaker, for God's sakes, actually cut a decent promo today. I was shocked. There was no screeching. There was no skipping over words. He said it clean and concise, and I have to say, it was a good promo. I won't take that from him. I will give him that. But the end is where things get a little bit more volatile. And Bronson Reed made it very clear that the Vision runs Monday Night Raw. And because LA Knight would not stay down, they made an example of him. They attacked him in the back while Braun Breaker was still giving his promo. They went in the back. They attacked him. They beat him down, even with security and back there and fucking Adam yelling like a banshee. It did nothing. These two, Logan and Bronson Reed, went in the back and decimated LA Knight. So much so they wanted him to stay down and he wouldn't. He kept getting back up. After that, he then gets up. They take him to a car. And of course, you know, that's Bronson Reed's signature. He's done it multiple times to multiple superstars like Ricochet before he left for AEW, and of course Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman, You name it, he has done it. And he basically laid him on the car with Logan Paul's help, and then he tsunamied him on the car. This is after he took 3 tsunamis in the ring prior to this. Okay. So it's pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal back there for LA Knight. I don't see LA Knight showing up anytime soon. And of course, we know why CM Punk didn't show up. He's still mourning the loss of his family dog with his wife, and he's going to need some time. So he's not going to be back for a while until January. So we're happy that he's having the time off to be able to properly grieve and then proceed forward. Um, to talk about Brian Breaker's promo, what he requested of CM Punk was not a bad idea. He wants the CM Punk of old. He doesn't like this nice guy routine that he's getting from CM Punk. I don't want the guy who's back there taking pictures with everybody and how happy to be here. I don't want that guy. I want the guy who was feared in the back. I want the guy who was the one of the greatest champions of all time. I want the guy from 2011, 2012, 2013. These are his words, not mine. Um he then goes on to say that he looked like a crackhead, which I am sorry. He basically said the guy who's straight edge never took a drink a day in his life, never took a piece of a drug a day in his life, and he looked like a straight up crackhead. It's a wild shit. Oh my god. That shit was funny. I don't care. It's funny. Anyways, after he said all that, he said it was gonna be real simple match. It's gonna be a spear, 1, 2, 3, spear, 1, 2, 3. Before that, he said, you know what? I'm gonna take bring me that CM Punk and bring him to the table. I'm gonna take your championship. I'm gonna take your job. I'm gonna take your place. I'm gonna take everything. He said, hell, I might even take your wife. I'm like, well, damn, ain't your bitch gonna be jealous? Izzy, you better come get him. He out here talking about taking another bitch. While you over there trying to get motherfucking Tatum to evolve, he out here evolving without you. Just saying. You better watch your back, sis. Okay. Anyways, I'm joking, by the way. Some of y'all a little bit too serious. I am joking. It's a hearty heart. Relax. Anyways, the show opened up with Gunther. So let's Tarantino this shit and go back to the beginning. The show opened up with Gunther. He cut a typical promo. I'm not gonna lie. Um, am I interested in said promo? Not necessarily, because I kind of figured where it was gonna go. He gave John Cena his props, said he was the greatest of all time. He can't, and he deserves that space, but he's getting ready to take him out. And I'm like, sure, of course you are. I'm not interested in watching this match at all. I don't see John Cena beating Gunther. This is just another notch in Gunther's belt. I mean, he took out Goldberg, but to be honest, Goldberg needed to be put to sleep. But John Cena, it's not that I didn't want Gunther to face off against John Cena. It's just that this was an unnecessary match. And I felt like there were other people on the roster who really, really could have used this push to make that worthwhile. Whereas you give this to somebody like Gunther, and it's just another trophy that's going to get dusty on the shelf. It's not going to mean anything to him as a character. It won't mean anything, and it won't do anything for Gunther. It's just another padding on his already extensive resume, which is fine. But at the same time, this could have really been used as a launching pad for someone else. And I hate that they just didn't see that that was necessary. Let's move on. The tag team division is recentering itself according to the Usos. Now, last week, we saw Jay Uso crashing out after his loss to LA Knight. He's very upset, very disjointed, and couldn't get himself together. The only thing I really hated about this was the fact that we didn't get to see the boys get themselves together. That we were kind of pushed into this little box of just getting the main idea of it on Monday Night Raw. I really wish that they would have utilized social media, put out a small video or whatever where it just showed Jimmy calling his brother or finding getting to his brother and getting him together over the weekend, like something. I wish they would have done something. But they didn't, so we just had to deal with what we got. So the tag team match was requested by the current tag team champions. They want competition. They don't want to sit idly by and wait for the management to decide that they have to defend their titles. They wanted to be fighting champions. So they requested the former tag team champions of the War Raiders to compete against. And I will tell you, this was the best match of the night. It was so good. Okay. And the War Raiders put up quite the fight. It just wasn't a big enough fight. Now, New Day was out there, and earlier in the night, we saw New Day bitching out Adam Pierce because they felt they deserved the title shot over the War Raiders when they literally lost clean the previous week. So they didn't really deserve or earn another title shot. With that being said, they sat ringside being an annoying nuisance to this match. All you could hear was their incessant yelling and nagging throughout the entire match. Okay. Now after AJ Styles and Dragon Lee won, which they put on a stellar performance, I'm not gonna lie. They came into the ring and basically were demanding their opportunity at the tag team titles. This is when the Usos re-entered into the tag team scene and entered together. They came down in the ring, and Big Jim basically broke everything down, which I wish they wouldn't have had to do. Like I said, I wish they would have had an opportunity to showcase them reuniting as a tag team and going back into a space that was a little bit easier for Jay Uso to navigate. I just wish they would have did it a different way. However, they made it very clear that they are not coming back in the tag team division to wait in line against nobody. They was like, AJ Styles, Dragon Lee, you don't know about us yet, but you will. But y'all do. New Day do. He said it's Ali versus Frazier, Rock versus Austin. It's the big leagues. This is classic tag team battles. And he said it's going to end like it always ends every time with the Usos running through you. And I was like, oh shit. Let's fucking go. Let's do it. So the boys was going at it, and as they turned their backs on the New Day decided they was gonna try to take them niggas out, and that was not okay because they was ready for that shit and straight up knocked out both Kofi and Xavier. They turned around to the tag team champs, and AJ Styles and Dragon Lee wasn't no punk bitch. They walked right up in their face like, if you want some, bitch, come get you some. And the Usos was like, and do. And all you could hear was the music playing off in the background because this was before, this was after fucking Grayson was standing there, and Grayson was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and check on my homeboy. Y'all handle y'all business. I'm gonna get on out of here. They was like, yeah, get out of here before you get turned out, bitch. It's a good night. It's a good night. I'll say that. Now, Lyra Valkyria faced off against Roxanne Perez, but a very interesting interaction happened backstage. You see, earlier in the night, we saw Stephanie come out there to address the crowd because Jackie asked her who her next opponent was going to be. And Stephanie basically said, whoever step up going to come get some. Because she said, just because, she was like, I went up against Nikki Bella, and quite frankly, I respect Nikki Bella for what she contributed, but bitch, this is not 2005. This is not 2015. This is 2025, bitch. You on my time. I'm not on yours. You understand? The locker room is shifted and it's changed, and you are not the best in the world anymore. She said, we got so many women back there, so many top girls. She named Rhea, she named Io, Matt. Now she omitted Liv. Remember that. Omitted Liv, because that's what Liv had a problem with when it came to motherfucking what's her name? Red lipstick bitch. What's her name? Nikki Bella, when it came to her. She didn't like being left out of the conversation. Well, as our La Primera was giving her speech, here come Nikki Bella coming out there. I don't know why. Don't ask me why, bitch. I don't know. Okay. But she brought her ass out there and she basically was, going after Kansas, talking about you should be grateful that I'm here. You got a celebrity, a Hall of Famer, a former champion. And I'm just like, girl, if you have to rattle it off, then maybe you should just be going in the back and sitting down. Because we don't care. I'm being honest. I don't care. I don't care about you being a celebrity. I don't care about none of that. If what you have to say on the microphone only emboldens what you are, and that's it, just a big up to yourself where you got to high five yourself, bitch, please go sit down. Please. I'm exhausted. And she was like, but you, Stephanie, we're not done. In fact, we ain't gonna never be done. She said, I demand a rematch. Bitch, Raquel brought her big ass in there and took Nikki Bella's punk ass out. Laid her out on the floor. Nikki Bella was spread eagle face down, bitch. I said, well, look at Raquel with some goddamn cojones grandes. She came in the ring and she said something in Spanish. I don't know what the fuck she said. Maybe somebody who knows Spanish know what she said. Tiffany don't know. Okay. But all I know is she looked at her basically and was like, you name the time, you name the place, and I'll drop your ass where you stand. And I was like, oh, well, look at God. Somebody. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Anyways, so as trying to be nice, but I can't. I can't do it. Don't spam my comments, ladies and gentlemen. You will get banned. Anyways, so as she stood there staring Stephanie down, she backed up and left out the ring. Now, when she got in the bike, this is where shit got hit the fan a little bit because they was back there talking and they was like, yeah, Finn was bragging that he didn't have to wrestle Finn because it was all taken care of or whatever. And he was just like, yeah, look at that. Didn't even have to do no work. I kind of like this guy. And of course, they're all, excited, like, yeah, you're deadbeat dad. And I was like, sure, whatever. So here come motherfucking Raquel and live like Raquel, like, what's up? Like, you went out there and you didn't tell us you didn't tell me what was going on. Like, what's T said? She was like, well, Nikki Bella snaked me the last time I wanted to get a title shot against Stephanie. So I was just returning the favor. And she was like, okay, but like, well, you kind of like, you kind of left me out in the cold. Like, I thought we would talk, at least, tell each other what was going on. And she was like, girl, I didn't know I had to come to you for permission to get title shots. I didn't know I had to talk to you first about that. She was like, oh no. Like, I just wanted to be there to support. I just want to be your support. That's all. Like, I'm not trying to snake you and like take nothing away from you. Of course. You know what I mean? And she was just like, yeah. Well, anyways, if you supporting me, cool. Let me go talk to Pierce so I can get this situation together. She was like, yeah, girl, I got you. And she was like, come on, Roxanne, it's time to go. Roxanne, like, where are we going? She was like, well, you got a match and I'm going to be in your corner. She was like, okay, cool. But like, why? Why you want to be in my corner? Because my first thing would have been like, the first time I was around here, bitch, you did not like me. And you made that very clear that you did not like me. And not only that, but you made it very clear you did not want me here. And now you want me here? What the fuck is going on? I would have been asking questions. Because I ain't ever a bitch do a turnaround and ain't seen me in months. Something about that don't sound right to me. I don't know about y'all, but it don't sound right to me. And Lynn was just like, well, you know what? You are a part of the group, and I'm always gonna have your back because you in the family, but also because Raquel's going after the big girl. We're gonna be the ones going after the tag team title. So I gotta have your back in that corner, man. It's gotta be me and you against the world. So, you ready to go? Come on, pull the girl, said it was time to go. Now, we get to the tag team match or the singles match. Lyra Valkyria faced off against Roxanne Perez. For the most part, it was very typical match between these two. I've seen these two wrestle more in 1 year. In 1 year than I have seen Carmelo Hayes, than I have seen AJ Lee. Like these two, they put these two in matches all the damn time. So I wasn't surprised at the typical aspect of this match. The two of them have good chemistry. They always work well together, but they are always putting them in matches against each other. And at this point, I'm just over it. Okay. So Roxanne ended up winning due to interference from Liv Morgan. She tried to interfere. They was able to knock her onto the apron, but Roxanne knocked out Bayley. She hit her head on a barricade. At least it appeared that way. And because of that, that led to Liv laying on the apron and not the ref getting her out of the ring. She just left her laying on the apron, okay? Which I still don't understand. I still don't. And the referee didn't do nothing. Liv Morgan, he was checking on Roxanne. Lyra was getting ready to heading over to the ropes, and she kicked her. The referee didn't see it. Lyra ended up getting pop rocks and pinned. That was the end of that. They standing tall. And that's where that went. And like I said, we had the segment with Rey Mysterio, everything. We already covered all of that stuff. SmackDown, I mean, Raw was pretty simplistic. We did get to see a lot of John Cena coverage because John Cena is getting ready to retire. This is about to be his last go round, his last match. Saturday night main event is John Cena's final match. This is the last time we're going to see this man. The last time we're going to see him perform. And I'm an emotional wreck. John Cena was my guy. I love John Cena. I do. I really did. I liked him. Still like him. I thought he was a great character. And I'm gonna be sad that I'm not gonna be able to see him at least not once a year like we used to see with Undertaker. Like we're not getting any of that anymore. He's just gonna be retired. And I'm sad. I'm so sad. There is some good news though. In the midst of those matches that are headed to Saturday night main event, John Cena's match with Gunther is going to be up first. It'll be the first thing you see, not the last thing. John Cena didn't want that Saturday night main event to be the only thing that you saw. He wanted to have a showcase, and it seems like John Cena has handpicked this showcase as to who he wants to see or who he believes is next up. And my husband asked me, like, are these the guys like he's really high on? And I think that John Cena likes them, but I also think that they're very high on these particular wrestlers that are going to be wrestling at Saturday night main event. Case in point, So Ruka is a favorite. She is facing off against Bayley at Saturday night main event. And there is also another match scheduled for Saturday night main event. Leon Slater and Javon Evans will face off against the tag team champions AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. That is going to be a fun match right there, okay? And there's another match that's scheduled, rumored to be scheduled, and apparently I'm not even going to mention it because it's not worth mentioning because they haven't really said anything about it, and honestly, I haven't seen it, so we're going to leave it at that. We're going to leave it at that. So, there is some other news in wrestling today that we need to cover. And then I'll be out y'all here. You know what I'm saying? I'll be gone. chill at. Okay. Now, The Rock Dwayne Johnson has been nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Actor. Okay. Now, this nomination is Michael Cole's birthday today. Happy birthday, Michael Cole. Michael Cole is 57 years old. Lord. Happy birthday to the GOAT of commentary. Michael Cole's birthday is today, y'all. Make sure y'all send Michael Cole some love on social media. It's a blessing to be over 50, child. And be healthy. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, hold tight. Hold tight. Give me a minute. Ooh, the Royal Rumble poster is nice. It's a little eerie, but it's nice. I kind of like it. But anyways, currently right now, Cody Rhodes and Obafemi. That's the last match. So Cody Rhodes and Obafemi are facing off as well. So you're gonna have Sol Ruka and Bailey, Cody Rhodes and Obafemi, and you're also gonna have Leon Slater and Javon Evans facing off against the tag team champions AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Okay, so that's the other match that I was missing. I missed Obafemi. How did I do that? How I do that to myself? God damn. You know what I'm saying? Just mess myself up, child. But anyways, also, like I said, The Rock is going to be nominated for a Golden Globe this year. Well, he already is. And he is in a category with some heavy hitters. Now, if you don't know why The Rock has been nominated, it is because of his movie Smashing Machine. Or Smash Machine or Shattering Machine, something like that. It's about the very first UFC fighter and his struggles or something like that. Why is this going to you? This is wild. Anyways, so we're gonna pull it up so y'all can see. Hopefully they let me read it. Golden Globes is going to be coming out in 2026, if I recall. Let me see. Performance. Best performance by a male actor in a supporting role. Supporting role. I'm trying to find it so I can see who he's up against. I think he got nominated for Best Actor. And not in a television series, in a movie. A minute, anthology, motion picture. Wowzers. I thought that it was there. Good Lord, did I miss it? I probably went past it, y'all, and I'm sorry. I was trying to see which one. They got K-pop Demon Hunters up here, child. Okay. It is Smashing Machine, and he is up against some really big ass names and some really good movies and some real big box office movies. So he is nominated in male actor in a motion picture drama. And he is up against Joel Edgerton in Train Dreams, Oscar Isaac in Frankenstein, Michael B. Jordan in Sinners, Wagner Moura, The Secret Agent, and Jeremy Allen White in Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere. And he was nominated for the Smashing Machine. So it's about to be an interesting time. Okay. Hopefully we'll see who wins. Am I rooting for The Rock to win this? If we're gonna be honest, the answer to that is no. I would most definitely give this to Michael B. Jordan in Sinners. That man played two parts in two separate characters, okay? And he did it so well, you almost forgot that he wasn't a twin. You know what I mean? So I haven't seen Smashing Machine. I have no desire to watch Smashing Machine, and it really has nothing to do with the Wayne. It's just I'm tired of watching movies about people struggling with addiction, people struggling with mental health. Sometimes you just need to not watch shit like that, and I just don't want to watch that. Also, Jeremy Allen White did a banger of a job as Bruce Springsteen in this movie, capturing how he created that album. Um, and I'm just not. I'm not rooting for The Rock, and I hate to say that. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I'm just not. I'm not rooting it. You know, like it is what it is. Um, I'm glad The Rock got nominated, but Sinners was off the chain. I respectfully have to agree. Appreciate the happy birthday, but my birthday is not until Friday. Friday is my birthday, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to tell me happy birthday, that is free 99, baby. You ain't got to worry about nothing. But if you do want to be supportive of me personally for my birthday and you want to send a gift, you most definitely can. There is an Amazon wish list. It will be linked in the comments, so you don't have to worry about doing anything crazy. And I didn't put nothing crazy on my Amazon wish list either. So y'all have at it. If not, a happy birthday will suffice. I'm not requesting nothing for my birthday, but some people do ask, what do you want for your birthday? And I'm like, girl, just check out the list. Don't even worry about it. Just look at the list. Check the list. Okay, all kind of stuff is on this list. All right, and we got reasonably priced stuff on the list. So you're more than welcome to check out the list. Let me put it in there right now. Okay. Party at my house, chill. I am not having a birthday party this year. I opted out of it given what the state of what's happening right now. I don't want to spend any more money than I have to. I just want to have a decent birthday this year, and that's what we gonna do. And instead of me going out and buying a bunch of food and doing something crazy, I had my mom just get me some stuff so I can make the kind of sandwiches I love to make. We're gonna have chips, which I forgot to get chips, by the way. We're gonna have chips and we're gonna have stuff to drink and we just gonna chill and I'm gonna eat me a piece of cheesecake and we just gonna be happy like that. All right. With all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I will see y'all on Wednesday where we talk about NXT. NXT has a couple of things going down for their show this coming Wednesday. Shiloh is showing up on Wednesday, and he's a very eerie, odd character. I don't know why they let this man walk around without that tooth in his mouth, but he is supposed to be showing up, and he's supposed to have his very first debut match over in NXT this coming Tuesday. Also, Jordan Grace and Kelani Jordan's fighting is getting out of hand. So Ava made a match for these two to finally settle their differences and it be done with. I suspect that Kaylani will probably cheat to win in this match as well. And then our resident glamour, Blake, got the brilliant idea to do a North American Open Challenge, a North American Championship Open Challenge for her title. Anybody can challenge for the championship, it seems, and this is happening on Tuesday. She got this bright idea because of John Cena and his open challenges, as well as what's going on with Ilya. She believes that her being the champion that she is, that this would be a beautiful, glamorous moment for her and whoever decides to challenge. So the Glamour is having an open challenge on Tuesday, and I'm sure there'll be so much more to talk about. Obafemi is your new NXT champion, but an old rival has resurfaced. Not only does he have to worry about Javon Evans being the number one contender for that NXT championship, but he also has to worry about someone who has beaten him in his prime, and that is none other than Tony D, who has returned to NXT. And we also have to be concerned about Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints lost his title to Obafemi, and he has not been seen since. He gave Javon Evans his props, told him to go out there, big homie got you. But after that, there was nothing. And I'm more concerned about Ricky Saints and where this is going to lead him. It seems like the NXT gold is cursed. Everybody who touches it, when they lose it, they crash out on the hardest setting that they can. It happened to Trick Williams. It happened to Carmelo Hayes. It happened to JC Jane. And it's happening to Oba Femi. It's happened to everybody.
I'm trying to say the NXT Championship was like that golden poop, the jewel poop from Family Guy.
I 1000% am saying that. Yes, I am. Yes, I am, buddy.
Buddy.
Looking at your Amazon list, thinking, oh, she reads the smuts, and do. What's wrong with that? I read a lot of good books. And if you look at my list, since he brought up my list, let's look at it. Okay. Since they brought up my list is not just full of smut. It's not. There are all types of books out here. Okay. I have all types of stuff on my list. Cooking, perfume, popcorn. Okay. Games. I really don't need the hair dryer, so I'm going to take these two off. But there are books on here that I love to read. This is not a smut book. This is a fantasy world book. But it's Black characters. This ain't smut. This is about investment, money, retirement planning, financial freedom for Black women. Okay? It's not just smut. Financial literacy. Boom. Okay? We got a lot of stuff up here. Like I said, we got cooking stuff, coffee stuff, the games. If I have people come over my house and we chilling, I like playing games so we can have something to do, because I'm not trying to have no conversation about fucking Trump and none of that shit. I don't want to talk about that. I hear enough of that on my social media on the daily. So I like to have a good time. But again, the link is right here in the bio in my comments. So if you want to get me something off my wish list, you are more than welcome. Are you obligated to do that? No, you are not. Okay. But that's my wish list. I told you it's very simple. It's very demure. Okay. With that being said, yes, I do play games. I am a gamer. I'm going to start streaming in January. Streaming my games are going to happen either on Tuesdays or Thursdays. Unless y'all want me to watch TNA regularly and do commentary on TNA regularly, then I won't. But it might be later on in the night if I do stream. So it'll be stuff like that. I'll have to do it earlier in the day or later at night. I'm not going to be able to do it at peak time if I have to watch wrestling for 4 days out the week. I'm not going to be able to do that. But anyways, y'all, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. It's important, okay? It helps boost the channel. It helps me get y'all out my hair, and it helps people join up on the channel. So if you guys really rock with me, don't forget to share it and give me a thumbs up in the video if you really enjoyed it. And you can thumbs it down too if you didn't like it. I'm all for the criticism. Let me know what you want me to fix or change, and let me know in the comments if you want me to do new stuff, if you want me to have more analysis, which is coming. There's going to be an analysis on who the masked person is, because I forgot to mention him earlier. He showed up twice today. Once he showed up at the end of Logan Paul's match, and then he showed up earlier in the night and got chased off. I'm not sure where he showed up earlier in the night. Oh, it was with Ray, right? Mm-hmm. It was when Ray got attacked. That's when the masked person showed up. So we're going to do an analysis of that, and I'll start that analysis later on tomorrow, and I should have it up by the end of the night. I'm also going to finish up Becky's book analysis and get that up as well. But if you guys want more of that type of content, you got to let me know, because I don't know what you want. You can comment in the comment section below and let me know what kind of content you want to see from me going forward here on out. Okay. I will see you guys on Wednesday where we do Freestyle Wednesday. This is where we talk about any and everything, and everybody gets to come in. So have a nice night, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Check out our merch and consider becoming a member for exclusive perks, special emojis, and members-only content.